Okay, so today's class is about body and mind and trying to kind of connect them up, and there's going to be lots of poses that are a little bit asymmetrical, or kind of rubbing your tummy, patting your head, and all of those kind of things, because when we're going about our day we just move and not really think about it. So yoga's a good chance for us to have a focus on how we move and what's happening when we move, and trying to think about it. So we're just going to start by relaxing comfortably into the chair and taking some nice deep breaths in. And we could actually do something called a cleansing breath. So you inhale normally through the nose, but then you breathe out through your mouth like that. So inhaling through the nose and then a loud breath out through the mouth, and it helps you relax, but also with your breathing, your brain, you can hear the sound. So keep those cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose, out through the mouth, a little bit louder, so your brain can focus on the sound of your breath and how that feels as you focus on your overall body today. So the sound, the breathing is the action coming in and out, and then your mind focusing on it with the sound and the rhythm of your own breath. So just continue, take a couple more breaths, and if you now want to just take them in and out through the nose. Think through your body. Obviously we've all got different shapes, sizes, bodies, different areas that might be less or more flexible. So definitely thinking about that when we do our movements today. Okay, let's open the eyes, and we're just going to do some small neck moves. So inhale, stay where you are. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder, stretch that side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, stretch the other side. Inhale to the middle. Now what you could do, right ear to right shoulder, left foot goes out. Okay, inhale to the middle, replace the foot. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder, right foot goes out. So we're stretching the back of the leg as well as the neck. Once more each side. You choose if you do the foot as well. It could just be the toes pointing in front of you. Just moving the opposite leg, the opposite way. Okay, coming back to the middle. And then we're just going to look over one shoulder, I don't mind which. Just warming up, stretching the side of the neck. And can you really look with your eyes behind you? It's really good to stretch the muscles around your eyes and how they work whilst you stretch your neck. So really try and look far back behind and come back to the middle. Just centre yourself, as it is quite strange looking all the way around, thinking a bit like an owl. And then opposite shoulder, nice, relaxed. Still tall through the crown of the head, but we're looking over and we're really stretching the eye muscles as we look as far back as we can. Keep the breath coming in and out gradually, not with the movement. And then back to the middle. Hopefully it's woken up your eyes. If you wanted to just blink them shut, open them nice wide open. And that will feel a little bit different. And then we're just going to do our usual, so we've done twist, we've done, obviously with the breath. Inhale, stay where you are. Exhale, chin to chest, so stretch the back of the neck. Inhale, look all the way up, stretch the front of the neck. Exhale, stretch the back of the neck as you look down. And now you could put the heels on the floor. Inhale, as you look up, you lift your toes. As you look down, you lift the heels. Optional, just stay with the neck if you want, but we can try and focus on a different part of the body at the same time. So just keep going backwards and forwards with the toes, heels, up and down with the neck, a couple more times. just gently moving, and then come back to the middle after your last looking down, and just see how that feels if you did the neck and the toes, like ooh. Okay, we're going to really focus on the hands next, so I want you to just bring the palms to face up, and we're going to do both hands at the same time and then maybe separate hands. So I want you to just try and think about curling your thumb in one segment at a time into your palm. Thumbs come in and then thumbs gradually go out. So I really am thinking just about the separate parts. Index finger, this little first curling in, all the way in, and then all the way out. Middle finger, slowly, gradually in and out. Keep with it. It might be hurting your arms to hold them there. The fourth finger's very hard to separate the movements as you curl in and curl out. Some people find that harder. And then the little finger, tiny movements all the way in, curl all the way out, and then relax your arms down. Small movements, fine motor skills we take for granted is good to have a think about. Okay, next move. I've gone from random bits of the body. I normally start at the top and work down, but it's all sorts today. I'm thinking about your bum. So I would like you to try and squeeze just one bum cheek, and then relax, and then squeeze. So it's all of the muscles tensing on one side, and then relax, and then just try to quickly alternate. Now you're probably not looking like you're doing very much, and you can do this move whilst you're watching TV or just sitting anywhere, waiting in the car. Really focusing on one side and the other, and then try to do both sides. Really clench. It's good for us. And then relax. So yeah, I like a bum squeeze. That's good. We've warmed up all again different bits. Let's do some more yoga-like moves next. So this is a sequence of movement and breath called Robin's breath. So I don't know why I'm rubbing the palms of my hands together. It is just seated with our hands in prayer position. So we're going to place the hands together at the heart, and then inhale, stay where you are. We're going to exhale, and we just point the fingers and aim them away as your arms come forward. Exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up and the elbows out as you lift the gaze in the chest, and then exhale, bring the hands back to where you started. So small moves, inhaling just to lift, exhaling, point the arms away. Inhale, arms come up and out, bending at the elbows, lifting the chest, and then exhaling, bringing those hands back to heart. So all we're going to do is repeat, maybe make bigger. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, really point the arms away like the beak of a bird. Inhale, puff up your chest, lift the gaze, and exhale, bring the hands back in. Once more, inhale to lift and stay where you are. Exhale, point. Inhale, arms, elbows, chest, reaches, and exhale, bringing the hands back in. Thanks, that was really good. I really like, that imagery of a bird somehow. So Robin's breath, that's a nice sequence of moves. We're next going to do seated forward fold. So just come and sit on the edge, the front of your chair. We're just going to bring the torso over the thighs. So your choice where you put your feet. You might experiment with putting them slightly further or closer to your chair, and you're just going to relax your head and shoulders and neck and focus back on the breath. As you breathe in,
Imagine that air sent down into the lower back as it expands, and then exhale. You might relax a little bit further, inhaling to expand, exhaling to relax. And we are going to bring some arm moves, so you're going to inhale and maybe just look over your left shoulder. Exhale, lower and look back down. So a little bit of a twist. Inhale, look over your right shoulder. Exhale, look back down. Inhale, left shoulder, maybe hand to hip. Exhale, lower the arm, look back down. Inhale, hand to hip on the right. Exhale, lower. And then the last one, if you'd like to, inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, lower, tuck the arm down. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, look back down. And then slowly press into the feet and unfurl. So really think into your spine, gradually, slowly coming back up. As you breathe in, look after how you feel. So it's quite lots of options actually in today's practice. I forgot to say that before we went down there. So it's always going to be, just do to the hip or higher up or even higher if you like, because shoulders are tricky. Okay, the same happens with a side stretch next. So we're good, feet firmly planted, hands on hips. It's a little bit, I'm a teapot, I'm afraid. So inhale to lengthen through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Exhale, lean over to your left. Inhale to the middle. And exhale over to the right. We can bring in teapot arms, inhaling. Teapot on this side. Paw. Inhale to the middle, hands back to hips. Exhale, pouring on the other side. Inhale to the middle, and lower the arms. You can repeat the teapots, or we can do it with full arms. So I am going to keep one hand on, opposite hands on the hip, breathing out. Inhale, lifting that arm all the way up, and then exhaling to stretch. Inhale to the middle, exhale to lower. Hands to hip, inhaling the other arm up. Exhale, lengthen through the side of the body, try and stay on this kind of plane. Inhale to the middle, nice and tall, exhale to lower. Excellent, well done. So just roll the shoulders back. We've done lots of side body, neck, head, shoulders, bits of feet. So let's come up onto the feet and put some weight into them and start moving the legs a bit. So I'd like you to come behind the back of the chair. So having the chair in front of you to hold on to. So we've got a few poses with this position. We're just going to start with a calf raise. So standing at a good distance away, so you can just have fingertips in front of you on the chair. Nicely position feet with your ankles under your knees, under your hips, standing up nice and tall. Breathe out, and then inhale, just lifting the heels. Exhale, lower the heels, lift the toes. So it's a little bit of a gentle rock. Inhaling, nice and tall. Exhaling, grounding the heel and down as you lift the toes. If you'd like to, you can let go of the chair. We're going to do two more. That's the third one. Maybe focus on a spot and try and do it without. Inhaling, toe balance. Exhaling, heel balance, and then placing both feet back and just checking that the weight is evenly balanced between them, because it's quite
Yeah, a good thing to get some blood to those calves. We're next going to walk back. And again, you might want to check the distance you've got. I'm just moving the chair a little bit further forward. So we're going to come to a chest opening pose first of all. So you could have a soft bend in the knee, but I'm aiming for quite a flat back, and I'm just using gravity to open up my shoulders here. So my head is looking down at the floor. I'm trying to keep my legs relaxed as I stretch sides of the body, both sides, and into the shoulders. So this is called half fold chest opener. And we breathe here and let gravity do its work. So you might find your chest feels like it's getting closer towards the floor as your arms just stretch a little more. Relax if you can and breathe. And then we are going to just slowly come up out of that, step forward a little bit, holding onto the chair if you need to, because that does shake. Yeah, stretch the arms quite strongly. We're going to go back to that pose, but add some challenge. So we're going to go from that position. We're going to try and lift the back leg and the front arm off the chair. So if you want to, you can keep your hands on the chair. We're going to do what we did before, come back, walking back with our feet. And you might find you want to be a little bit further closer to the chair, so you can perhaps grab onto it a bit more. It is a bit of a balance and a challenge. So weight into your left foot, and then lift your right heel up. So it might only go a little bit away from you. Balancing all on your left leg. And if you're able to, lift the left hand off the chair and stretch the left fingertips forward. Breathe, it's strong, keep balancing, and let go. The right foot comes back, meets the left foot. If you wanted to, you could just shake your arms a little bit. And back to the chair, we'll try it on the other side. This is straight away pretty hard. Weight into your right foot, lift your left heel up, back behind you. Try to keep the legs straight, the hips balanced. Focus on the floor. And then if you want to try and let go with your right hand, think steady. 3, 2, 1, and relax that foot back down together. Relax the hands down and slowly come up to standing. Straight away, very quickly, powerfully warmed up your legs. You might want to shake them out a little bit. Okay, our next pose is triangle, but it's a side triangle. So I just want you to turn your chair so it's side on to you. Okay, so slightly different variation, like so. And we're going to make a triangle with our legs, but we're going to face the toes nearest the chair, point them so that my toes are actually underneath my chair a little bit, but I'm still facing my hands, and my hips and my shoulders are facing forwards. So even though that leg is the toes are pointing out, I'm going to hold on to the side of the chair, and I'm just going to lean into the side of the chair. Okay, so the hip opposite away from the chair is pointing out to the side. I'm trying to imagine I've got a nice flat wall behind me, so I'm not forward like that or back like that. I'm nicely angled, and I've got my hand on the hip
further away from the chair. So again, I'm just a little bit leaning teapot. If you want to, you can, the next level is to bring your hand down, so that will make you lean a little bit further. But what I don't want is that you collapse forward, so you're still thinking nice long lines. And then the third option, if you want, is to take the back arm up. You can look up at it or look down at the chair. So just experiment what feels nice for your head and neck. So this is a static pose, looking up or looking down, adjusting it to suit you. And then we bring the hand back down if you had it up, and then press into the feet to lift your torso back up. And we'll repeat it on the other side. So you should have felt a really lovely stretch all the way down that one side, and you'll probably notice a difference. I'm gonna stand the other way, move the chair. If you wanted to, you could just turn round. It's up to you, depending on how you feel you've adjusted furniture and things. Okay, so again, quite a strong pose. So we're now turning the other toes nearest the chair towards the chair, with the hand on the back of the chair and the opposite hand onto hip. We're going to think up nice and tall, nice and straight through the torso, and then we're just going to lean over towards the chair. So that's option one. I'm still trying to keep my shoulder back, the shoulder furthest from the chair, and quite straight, strong legs. And then if you feel like you're able to, you can put your hand onto the seat of the chair to just extend that side stretch a bit more. And then option three is to lift that arm up. So really trying to make a nice straight line if you can, not collapsing the shoulder forward and down. Think it's back, imagining your back's on a nice flat wall and looking up at your hand or down at the chair, whichever you feel is most comfortable for your neck. And this is really stretching the sides of your body, so keep breathing, challenging, and then the arm comes down. We press into the hand, either on the chair seat or back, to bring ourselves back up standing, and turn that toe back in. And again, a bit of a shake and a stretch if you want to. Any movement that you feel helps you sort of centre you. So very sort of asymmetrical poses. Because we've just done asymmetric, I'm going to change the order slightly. So we're now going to do standing camel. I'm turning side on so you can see what I'm doing. Feet are back to the hip width distance apart, nicely balanced, weight evenly on the feet, and I'm putting my hands in some imaginary back pockets. These pockets could be quite low trousers or quite high trousers, and that will open your chest and move your shoulders in different ways. So we're just going to try not to lock through the knees. Inhale and just look up and lift the chest slightly. So this might be a very small move for you. You've got to look after your spine. It is quite a big chest opener, and it's another held pose. And then relax. And if you want to, we can do it with the breath, just like we do sat down. So inhale just to look up. Exhale to relax the chin down. Inhale to look up, gentle back bend. Exhale to come up to sort of more vertical with it, then the chin comes down. Once more into standing camel. And then exhale, release the arms down along by your sides. Shake out both hands. I'm doing lots and lots of challenging poses today, sorry. Okay, right, this one is perhaps the hardest of the whole class. And you're going to stand behind the back of your chair. So if you wanted to do it like that, as we were before, but you're going to need a little bit of space to your left and right. Not very much. I'm going to stand like this so you can see what I'm doing. But I am behind my chair, with it being able to hold on to it nicely. So we're back to the asymmetric thing. So camel was like both sides being stretched evenly, and we're now going back to an asymmetric one. So I'm going to put my left toes out towards the left. Okay, you could put the heel on the floor, but I'm just going to keep it on the toes, and then I'm going to bring my right arm up, so I'm in a little bit of a diagonal Bee Gees staying alive position. Okay, so I'm going to inhale in that position, and then I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to try and bring my elbow to my knee. Inhale, stretch out, exhale, elbow comes down, knee comes up. Inhale, and you don't have to put the toes down on the floor in between. And if you want to let go of the chair, the other arm can just go out to the side. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch. I'm holding back to the chair because I wobbled. And then exhale, relax. So I don't know why, I'm calling it staying alive yoga. You need to make sure you've got space for your knee to come up behind the chair. I forgot to say that first. We'll get it right on this side. So I'm putting my weight into my left foot, and my right toes are going out to the side. And then I'm going to inhale, sweep my left arm up. And then exhale, elbow comes down towards my knee. Inhale, nice long arm, long leg. Toe back to the floor if you want. Exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, lengthen long. You could keep the toe off the floor if you want. Exhale, bring it in. And this will be the last one, and if you wanted to, you can bring the other arm away to a balance. Nice star shape. Knee, elbow, wobble, and then arm out and come back down. It's good, very challenging, and with the breath as well. So that if you did it faster, that's, almost a workout, which is good because it keeps us moving. Okay. The last two standing poses. We've done lots of standing today. So I'm going to come to a squat position. So I'm going to bring my feet wider than hip width apart, and my toes are pointing outwards. And this is full body, so just like that was asymmetrical full body. We know what the squat is with the knees. So can you just think quite through the posture? So just bend your knees and then look down to see that you can still see your toes. Your knees are going out over your ankles when you do that. Okay, so it's not kind of weird. So you've got to get your feet position quite strong and right. And then whilst you're doing that, you're really thinking up. Imagine someone's got a broom handle in the top of your head all the way down to your tail. So your nice tall long spine. And I'm going to show you just some different arm variations. So the different types of goddess pose, or temple, or sun, or moon. So we do different things with the arms. The first one is a prayer squat. So we're not going to squat, I'm just showing you. So that's with your hands in prayer position. The next one we're going to do is called temple pose. So the elbows are out, but my palms face in. Okay, so your face, it's almost like you've got
palms on your faces and they're looking in at you. The next one after that is palms face out. And then that's it. So they're all of the ones. So this is prayer, temple, sun, and then moon. Okay, so moon is face out and temple is facing in. There's actually lots of people to call them different things. But all of this happens whilst we go down into a squat position or come in and out of a squat position. And really, I think the hand moves are to take your mind off the stretching, hurting legs. Okay, so get that leg posture nice and ready. Breathe in, the arms come up to a nice star shape, and then we breathe out, prayer squat, palms to heart, bend the knees. Inhale, come up to the sun shape, star shape, and then exhale, we're going to temple, bend the elbows, palms face in. Inhale up to the star. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands point out, moon pose. Bend the elbows, come all the way up, straighten the legs. And then this one, we just straighten the legs, sun pose, and you might look up as you do that. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, relax the arms. Heel, toe, the legs back together. And probably think, ouch, that hurt. Let's do tree. So hopefully your chair's still nearby somewhere, or you're bringing it back nearby. Tree pose, I'm going to balance onto the leg nearest the chair. So that's going to think nice and strongly rooted. I'm going to bring the sole of my foot to my ankle with the toes on the floor. That's still tree, or a little bit higher if you like, and you're really thinking strong through this standing leg, tall through the spine. And then if you want to bring the arm away from the chair, up, relax the shoulder down, keep breathing, focus at a spot and balance if you'd like, or not. Okay, and you might find if you try and balance, everything else starts to worry. Wobble. Don't worry if you fall out. And then slowly bring the arm down and the leg back down. And we'll do the same on the other side. So turning around if you'd like, other leg closest to the chair. Nicely balanced, weight on that leg, and then the opposite foot, toe to the floor with the sole on the ankle or on the calf, or higher up on the shin, on the thigh, and bringing the arm away from the chair all the way up. And staying tall and strong as you breathe. Relax the shoulders. Lift the other arm if you'd like. Sorry, I've got my back to you. Keep breathing, focusing, and then slowly come out of the position. Don't worry if you fell. Everyone's trees look different. Everyone's limbs and joints look different. And then come back down to a well-deserved seat. So we're just going to stretch our legs a little bit in quite a nice, easy way actually. So you're just going to cross left leg over right. And that already makes a nice stretch in the back of the... So you're just crossing one leg over. And then you're just going to lean forward over it. So as you lean forward, you'll probably feel a nice stretch in
the back of that hip into the glute on that side. So we're just doing a stretch into that leg, and then if you are able to, you could try and lift those toes up as well on that side. So it's a little bit strange. It's just like, you know, crossing your legs, but you're making a nice stretch into that leg, in the thigh, the hip and the glute, and then the back of the calf by lifting your toes up towards your face as you breathe, and stretch out those muscles, and then relax the toes if you had it, come up to seating, and then we'll swap over to the other leg. So just cross-legged, tweak one leg over, and that will start stretching the thigh, and then bend forward, and that will start stretching further back into the hip and the glute. That's just quite nice. And then point your toes up towards your face. And if you want to, you could reach towards your toes, but again, it's just finding a stretch in your legs that you've been using quite strongly as you breathe. If that leg stretch didn't feel good for you, try, do something else that feels nice. Coming back up, replacing the legs back together. I am going to sit on the edge of the chair and just do a nice cat-cow. So palms on the thighs towards the knees. And we'll just, with your own breath, inhale to lift the gaze and look up and flex the front of your chest. And exhale to lower the gaze, chin to chest. So cow pose is when you bring the chest through and lift the gaze. And cat pose is when you arch your back like a Halloween cat. Once more, you go with your own breath, so really feel into the spine, stretching as much as you'd like. Gently, slowly going back the opposite way. And then inhaling, coming back to the middle. We'll just put our legs out in front of us and do a toe crunch. So this again is a little bit alternating. As one foot, we're going to scrunch up the toes and point them away, like so. So toes come down. So keep the feet on the floor. I'm just showing you because my feet are lower. So one foot does that, whilst the other foot, toes come up and you try and spread them wide. So it's basically, I'll show you with my hands. So it's like crunch and spread, and then that one goes down and crunches, the other one spreads. So I know this is my hands, not my toes, but that will hopefully demonstrate what I want you to try and do with your toes. Alternate toe scrunches. So, ready? Go. One foot scrunch, other one stretch. And then one foot scrunch, toes down, other foot stretch, toes up. Once more each side. Finishing with the lowest point away from our brain, sending the muscle, the messages all the way down there, long way off. And it might find one toe's better at scrunching or better at spreading than the other. And then wiggling out both feet. Yeah, we're coming back to thinking about our breath and our bodies and what I'd like you to do. So get nice and comfy first of all. Your hips are supported in the back of the chair and you can rest back
legs in a nice easy position. All the muscles can relax and the palms face up on the hands. And yeah, close your eyes if you'd like, or softly gaze in front of you. Take a nice deep breath in, and that cleansing breath out. One more cleansing breath. And then stick with breathing through the nose or the mouth, whichever you prefer. I just want you to think about all of the actions that your body has just had to do. What you achieved with your body today. And obviously there may have been some bits that didn't feel quite so comfortable, or that you might find you weren't able to stretch as far as you'd like, or maybe you used to. So you could just, don't worry, that's absolutely fine. We are all different shapes, sizes and flexibilities, and it might be that there's some bits you think, oh, well, I'm never going to be able to do that. So no, don't worry, just let it go. But some bits you might think, oh, if I practiced it, I could try and get that better for next time. And some of the things I've done today, could be just whilst you're standing in the kitchen, put the weight on one leg, try and do some BG knee to elbow crunches, or sitting down doing some bum squeeze, buttock flexing moves, or just the toes or the fingers, and maybe some of the other postures, trying to really think about how you've moved your body and whether you can improve the movements in it, because that's what things are in this life, practice. So keep breathing. We'll just do a quick body scan, starting at those toes we just stretched. Make sure they're nice and relaxed. The soles of the feet, whichever parts are touching the floor, really heavy and supported, so that feeling flows up through the calves and the shins to the knees. You've just stretched out quite a lot the thighs and quads, hamstrings. Relax all those muscles into the hips and keep breathing. Next, think about your fingers, which we moved one segment at a time. Try and think they're very heavy, the palms resting gently so that your arms feel heavy and supported by your thighs. And that feeling flows up through the forearms, the back of the arms, upper arms to the shoulders, all of the complicated muscles at the front of the shoulders, the top and the back, as they connect your arms to your torso and make you be able to move and stretch and reach and pick up things and do. So just trying to release or relax any tension in that area with your breathing. And then flow that thought down your spine, that central message pathway. Really important that we keep it moving, keep it relaxed, so that it can keep doing its job. So think through each vertebra down the spine, all the way to the tail. And then think up through the front of your torso, so abdomen and chest might be gently rising and falling.
breath. Hopefully already quite relaxed. And then bring your thoughts to your face, your jaw. Unclench your teeth, relax the tongue in the bottom of the mouth and the cheekbones, no clenching around the eyes. Your whole face feels nice and smooth and relaxed. And then imagine up through the crown of your head, the back of the head, like lift slightly as you inhale, clearing your mind. So all you can hear is the sound of your breath. So inhale, and on your next exhale, if you'd like to, you can just blow the breath away. And blow away. And then the last inhale, the biggest breath in you've taken all day. Really fill up all the way out to the sides of your lungs, the bottom of your lungs. And then relax as you breathe air all the way out. Slowly open the eyes. Wiggle the toes and fingers. Start to get some movement coming back in. To make any movements that feel nice. After that, I'm rolling my shoulders and looking one side and another. Stretching out both my legs. And that's it. Look after your bodies. We've only got one. I'll keep saying that. Thank you for practicing. Be mindful how you think, speak, act and feel today. Thanks for practicing with me. See you soon.